Come on in, Grace Point. We're glad you're here. How's everybody this morning? Did you have a good week? Let's all stand. Sing with us, dance with us. Here we go. Hey, feeling good, like I should. When it took a walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Every day can be a better day despite the challenge. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way around it. Everyone falls down sometimes, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Feeling good, hey, like I should. When it took a walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Hey, some days you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to keep you grounded. Keep good things inside your ears just like the waves that sounded. And just say whatever, cause there is no way around it. Everyone falls down sometimes, but you just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Feeling good, like I should. When it took a walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday bed. Come on, y'all sing it. I'm feeling good, like I should. When it took a walk around the neighborhood. I'm feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. We're so glad you're with us today. The few and far between that we're here after Easter. We're love that you're with us here at Grace Point. We've got a special guest with us, Mr. Colby Martin. He's going to be, let's hear it. But every single person in this space is beloved by God, made in the image and created in the image of divine. And we hope that you know that and believe that this morning. We're going to sing some songs and again hear from Colby. Sing with us, dance with us, however you express your worship. We love to see it. All this pain, I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life can really change at all. And all this earth, could all that is lost ever be found? Could a garden come up from the ground at all? You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. Beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us. All around, hope is springing up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being found in you. Come on, sing it with us. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. Yeah. Yeah, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Oh, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. Yeah, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Out of the dust. Yes, you do, God. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Come on, sing it with us. Oh, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. Yeah, you make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us. Amen. Amen. We hear you singing. Thanks for doing that with us. What we'd love for you to do right now. Don't sit down. You don't have to sit down. Hey, we're going to meet and greet. We're going to talk to people. We're going to make friends in this space. Shake a hand, hug a neck, whatever. We'll be back in a second.
Good morning, good morning. I hate to interrupt, but I love that we have something to interrupt because that means everybody's making friends, so I love that. Good morning, everyone. My name is Channing. My pronouns are she, her. It's nice to see you all here. To start off today, just take a quick look around at all of our beautiful new signs that we've gotten here. It's looking stunning. But I also want to point out two specific things that are new. First, the welcome card on all of your seats. You can scan the QR code there or on the screens, and fill out the Connect card if you're looking to get involved, or if you're someone who's been here for a while and would like new ways to get involved. At the bottom of the page, you'll be able to opt into our weekly newsletter. That way, you can stay up to date with events, times, places, and everything you need to know to stay connected. Which brings me to our next new feature, the Connect table. Hey, woo. And you can visit the table today and get information on all of Grace Point's groups, which YAM, Common Ground, Salt and Pepper. Also find out about the Reimagine group, GP Book Club, LGBTQ plus meetups, and other ways you can volunteer. We've got a lot going on, and instead of us coming up here each week and boring you with dates and times that you might not remember, we'd like for you to connect with us via the welcome card and visit our new Connect table. Those are the best ways to stay plugged in. So thanks.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It is so good to see you. We're so glad you're here with us, whether you're in the room or whether you're joining us online. We are so glad you're here. One of the other things that you can do with this QR code, and there's also one at your seat as well to make it convenient, is that's how you can scan that code and contribute to the work we're doing here at Grace Point. Our leadership has worked really hard over the past year plus to bring down expenses and to make sure that we're living within our means. And we've been doing that, and we've been seeing giving increase until this month, and this has been a low month here at Grace Point. And so if you've been considering joining and supporting this, we frame it with two questions. Number one, do you want this to exist for you? Do you want Grace Point to exist for you to be a part of? And two, do you want Grace Point to exist for people who aren't here yet, who desperately need what Grace Point can offer? And if that's the case, we'd love to invite you to help support this work that we do together. The way you do that, scan the QR code and then click give and follow the directions there. You can give by text, you can give through the giving portal. There's lots of ways to do that, so check that out. And we do have a new phone number, so if you used to give to 867-5309 or whatever that old number was, if that's how you used to do it, the phone companies have changed the rules, and you now have to have a real legitimate number, and so that's our new number. And if you text the old number, it will send you the new number and tell you to text the new number, so that just cuts out a step. So thanks so much for those of you who do support our work. We could not do this together without your support and your help. We're also going to take some time right now to enter into a time of celebrating communion together, so I want to invite our servers to get in place. We'll have gluten-free and regular options. What's in the cup is just grape juice, so hopefully everybody can participate with that. We do communion every week here at Grace Point for a couple of reasons. One is because it connects us to the larger Christian tradition. No matter how many times people want to say we're not, we are. And so we are glad to be in this stream. We are glad to be a part of this tradition. And what we want to do is leave behind a more just, generous, and compassionate Christian tradition for those who come after us. And so we connect ourselves to our tradition through rituals like this. It's a way of remembering the life of Jesus. It's about remembering the death of Jesus, that he died in nonviolent resistance to the brutality of human empire. And it's also a way for us to remind each other that at Jesus' table, at our table, all are welcome, all are included, nobody gets left out. And so if you would like to participate in that, we would love for you to. If you're here and you don't want to participate in that, no one's going to look at you funny, no one's going to think anything of it. This is something that you can opt in or opt out of. If you just want to stay at your seat and reflect and think, say a prayer, meditate, whatever, please feel free to be as at home and do whatever it is you need to do. Every week, we invite each other to the table with this liturgy, and I want to invite you to read it with me before we celebrate today. Come to this table, you who have much faith, and you who struggle with believing, you who have been here often, and you who have come for the first time, you who are at peace, and you who feel despair. We are all part of the human family, and there is a place for us here. Christ invites everyone to the table. May this bread and wine unite us all. Amen. You can come as you're ready.
Have you been told you're a sinner? Have you been made to believe that your life is some kind of problem that has to be fixed or redeemed? Y'all can stand with us if you want. You can come out of your hiding and lift up your beautiful face. It's safe to take off the disguises. Whoever you are is more than okay. You are not a mistake. Come on, stand and sing it with us. You are beloved. You are enough. You are accepted, yes, you are loved. No separation, there's no divide. A perfect creation, fully alive. You are God's glory. You are holy. Oh, yes, you are holy. Now there is no condemnation, and there never was, it's true. So let go of your hesitations. There's nothing to earn, there's nothing to lose. Oh, you have nothing to prove. Oh, 'cause you are beloved, you are enough. You are accepted, yes, you are loved. No separation, there's no divide. A perfect creation, fully alive. You are God's glory. You are holy. Oh, yes, you are holy. Of Almighty God, we are holy. And deep down we know, but somehow we forgot we are holy. Would y'all sing that with me? We are the image. We are the image of Almighty God. We are every one of us, and we know it. And deep down we know, but somehow we forgot we are holy. Oh, yes, we are the image. Yeah, we are the image of Almighty God. We are holy. Oh, and deep down we know, but somehow we forgot we are holy. Yes, we are beloved. We are sing it again. We are beloved. We are enough. We are accepted. Yes, we are loved. No separation. There's no divine. Perfect creation. Fully alive. We are God's glory. We are holy. Oh yes, we are holy. Every one of us, we are holy. Let's sing, we are the image, just your voices. We are the image of Almighty God. We are holy. Oh yeah. Deep down we know, but somehow we forgot we are holy. Let's sing it again. We are the image. We are the image of Almighty God. We are holy. Deep down we know, but somehow we forgot we are holy. Amen. Amen. Beautiful. You can be seated.
Grace Point kids, you are now ready to go. So if you want to head with Tiffany and Sophia that way, you all will get to go to class. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is tonight at 6 over at the Well Koinonia on 16th, I'm doing an event with Tom Ord. Many of you know Tom's work in open relational theology. We're getting together tonight at 6 to talk about would Jesus like open and relational theology. So there's no cover charge, there's no ticket. You're welcome to just come. We'll start at 6. Probably go for an hour or so, and then sign some books if people are interested. So we'd love to see you there tonight. It's going to be a good time. A decade ago, this past March, I was in Marco Island, Florida. I'd flown down there with our founding pastor, Stan Mitchell, because a group of folks were trying to connect pastors from all over the country who were trying to do a similar progressive church thing. We were all kind of in our silos, and they realized we needed to get to know one another. And I found myself sitting, I think, on a patio by a pool. I was suffering. It was hard work, but we made it. And I ended up sitting next to a guy who we started chatting, and he was in the process of working on a book called Unclobber. And how many of you have read Unclobber? Yeah, have you read? You read it. Okay, good, great. And little did I know, it's the best book on, in my opinion, the best book on rethinking the misuse of the Bible around LGBTQ plus inclusion. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it. But that sort of kind of chance meeting started a decade-long friendship. Colby has become one of my dearest friends. I love having him at Grace Point, so we get to learn from his wisdom, but also I get to hang out with him, and that is such a gift. So will you join me in welcoming Colby Martin to the stage?
I love you, Josh. Thank you, bud. Good morning, Grace Point. So, y'all, I love that I can say y'all because I'm in a place where that's encouraged and accepted and welcome. I'm born and raised West Coast, and yet somehow I've adopted y'all as part of my way that I talk. And I do a lot of traveling, and I don't know why I say y'all. People think I'm from the South. I'm not. Anyway, so y'all know what a writer is. You've heard of writers? You know what a writer is. So a writer is when someone is like a touring musician or a speaker or whatever, you send in advance kind of your list of needs for when you get there, what you kind of need or sometimes expect to have ready for you. And you've maybe heard some egregious examples of writers like, a bowl full of just blue M&Ms or green M&Ms or whatever. But it could be healthy snacks in the back, or I need to make sure that there's, air conditioning set at a certain temperature, whatever. I don't have writers except for Grace Point. Do you know what my single request is when I come to Grace Point? A new location. That's it. I'm like, if I'm coming to Grace Point, I want a new location. And you have accommodated all 3 times that I have been here with you. Amazing. So thank you. Oh, what a gift. Yes, so I can't wait to see where we'll be next year, Josh. How fun. I know. Yeah, the groans. No more movement. Yes, I understand. This is fun. Okay. Air. A-I-R. Not just a brand of Nike shoes, but also a thing that is everywhere always, free, and like really simple. Air is really simple. Air doesn't get a lot of fanfare. Like it's a pretty basic thing. We don't think about it a lot. Unless you're Phil Collins, nobody really writes songs about air, right? It just kind of goes unnoticed. It's pretty simple. Air is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. We don't really have to think about it. It's always fun for me watching sci-fi movies or shows, some set near in the future or in some distant planet where they do have to like think about air because like their whole existence is whether or not they have it. But more or less, you and me, air is simple. Air is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It's pretty free. I mean, for the most part, we just don't really have to think about it. It's just there. We don't do anything to earn it or deserve it. You know what I mean? Like, since you've been here for 57 minutes, you've probably taken a couple hundred breaths, none of which you really did anything to deserve. You're great people. You do deserve to live. That's not my point. But you know what I mean? You just kind of take in air. Cool. I didn't really do anything to earn that. Let it out, and I'll probably get another one here in a few seconds, I imagine. This is air. Air is really interesting to me in this way. I can imagine that if we polled the room, there would be quite a few of us in here who have some story. Oftentimes, this is when we're younger. Have some story of maybe you were swimming with friends, and you were goofing around, and you got maybe held underwater for maybe longer than you expected, and suddenly this thing that is simple and basic and ubiquitous and free, now if you go without it for 30, 60, 90 seconds, suddenly when you emerge from that water or when you finally get out from underneath the cousin dog pile because Chad finally gets up and lets you out from the bottom, how'd you find yourself on the bottom every time? I don't know, but you are. You finally, and you get that next breath, suddenly this thing that is free and simple and ubiquitous now has become the most important thing ever because you just kind of went without it momentarily. So keep that in your mind this morning because I want to talk about love. And I think in some ways love is a little bit like air. Meaning it's really simple, right? It's a pretty basic concept. It's not always easy. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's simple. It's like, oh yeah, love, cool. Another sermon on love. Josh asked me the other day, what are you going to talk about? And I said, love. And he kind of went, ugh. No, I'm just kidding. You didn't do that. But it's like, he really didn't. But it's like, oh, okay, another sermon on love. This will be interesting. Hang with me here. I hope it is interesting. But do you know what I mean? How love is like, it's simple. Love is ubiquitous insofar as there are many songs and movies about love. I mean, there's no shortage of people talking about love. And it's also kind of free. You know what I mean? Like unless you're a father of four at Christmas time, love is free. Or unless your significant other's primary love language is gift giving, love is free, right? More or less. Some of you didn't laugh at that, and I feel sorry because I think I got a little close into your kitchen right there, like sitting next to the person whose love language is gift receiving. Love, simple, ubiquitous, free. Here's the thing, though. As someone who has been a practitioner of Christianity now for several decades, where I'm constantly trying to arrange and order my life in alignment with the teachings of Jesus, as simple and free and ubiquitous as it is, I'm not actually sure we think about, talk about, or focus enough on love. For anyone who claims to be Christian, it should be overwhelmingly clear that love is the main thing, the most important thing. In fact, Jesus was once asked, what is the most important thing? And of course, he said, love. Love God, love neighbor, love self. So that's pretty clear. Even Paul, at one point in one of his letters, once said, look, I could speak with the tongues of angels and know all the mysteries of the universe. Like I could have all the knowledge of everything. I could be smarter than Siri. No offense, Siri. I love you. Don't come attack me once you guys take over the universe. I'm on your side, pro robots, pro AI. I'm just kind of planting this into my phone so that my phone takes care of me. But Paul said, I could know everything, but if I don't have love, I'm just a noisy gong, a noisy cymbal. Like love is the most important thing. I mean, there's really good fruits of the Spirit out there. Joy and peace and patience and kindness and self-control. These are great, but make no mistake about it. Love is the goat of the fruits. It is the Michael Jordan, the Muhammad Ali, the Serena Williams. Love is the goat of all the fruits. In fact, Jesus even went so far one time as to say, by this, people will know that you are followers of mine if you believe the right things. Yeah, correct. No, it's not if you believe the right things. People will know you are my followers if you vote for the right candidate. Yes, that's what Jesus said, if you vote for the right candidate. Josh and I were driving on the way to church this morning, and we were behind a van that answered this question. Jesus said, people will know you're my disciples in this if you honk. This one van, big letters like honk for Jesus. And Josh and I are like, okay, let's try this out. Let's get really close and just lay on the horn, and let's just see if the Lord is pleased by our efforts this morning. Obviously Jesus said, and you all know this, people will know you are my disciples in how you love one another. Love. Okay, so we get it. Love, super important. But here's what I can't get away from for several weeks now as I've been planning to be here with you this morning and try to be a conduit of whatever it is that God wants to share to this community this morning. I keep thinking about if love is so kind of simple, ubiquitous, free, whatever, why is it so hard to do? Why is loving people actually so hard? And I think I finally figured out why. And here's what I'll share with you. And here's the premise. I don't know that we can love people well. I don't know that we can love people well, or maybe even love people at all, if we are also using those same people to get our needs met. Another way to say that is, it's difficult and maybe impossible to love someone while simultaneously we are trying to extract from them. Going back to the analogy of air from a few minutes ago, you can't exhale at the same time that you are inhaling. You can't do both simultaneously. All you didgeridoo players are saying, yeah, you can. Okay, maybe. Let's take for a moment that we don't play didgeridoo here. You can't exhale at the same time you're inhaling. Like, you have to have some air first to give, but you cannot give at the same time that you are receiving and extracting air. Okay, so what do I mean when I say extract from people? Let's talk about that for a second. We are, and I include all of you in this, no offense, we are needy people. We are. We are needy. First, we are needy by nature. Anybody immediately go with, but not because I hate you? Did anybody in here, when I said needy, someone back there, needy by nature, and in your mind, you're like, but not because I hate you. Okay, that's a little naughty by nature joke. Okay, that's good for 3 people. That's fine. 3 is all I need. Normally it's just 1. I'll take 2 more with me. We are needy by nature. From the moment we're born, we are in a state of helplessness. Like, we are dependent upon our primary giver, our primary caregiver. We are needy. We're physical needs. We need food. We are psychological needy. We need attachment. We have needs from the moment we are born. We are vulnerable, weak creatures. No offense to us. We just are. Of all the animal kingdom, we are most dependent for the longest upon our primary caregiver. We're needy by nature, but we're also needy by nurture, which is to say that even if a baby or a child could get all of their needs met perfectly, which isn't possible, but even if you could imagine a baby child getting all of their needs, all of their buckets of need met perfectly, we still live in a society and a culture that by and large is not designed to meet your needs. In fact, if anything, we live in a culture that is designed to manufacture more needs for you. This is why I say needy by nurture. How many times did you purchase something or about to purchase something where you're like, I didn't know that I needed that? And then you buy it and you're like, I don't know that I totally did, but I didn't know that I needed that. How many of you have bought a supplement that you just take once a day and it provides all the essential nutrients and all the amino acids that you didn't realize you weren't getting until that overly jacked person on YouTube said, if you just take this, you'll be good to go. Like, you'll get your 6-pack abs in 3 weeks or your money back. I got my money back, just in case you're wondering how that story ended. Products like this are designed to meet some Some need, even if the creators have to just make it ex nihilo, out of nothing. And why do these kind of pitches work? Because we are needy people. Like, we are needy people, so people know to tap into that. We need attention. We need affirmation. We post something online in hopes that someone out there, or lots of someones, will see us, will notice us. Or kind of the inverse, sometimes we'll take a break from it and we'll hope that somebody notices that we're not there. Like, either way, we sort of need attention and affirmation. We need admiration. We need affection. Will my friends tell me that I look good today? Will my parents tell me that they're proud of me? We're needy people. We need influence. We need success. Am I making more money than that person over there? Will I get a promotion this year finally? Am I important enough to the right kinds of people? These are all needs that we have. And I'm not saying these needs are bad, right? This is not and therefore we should be people who have no needs. That's not reasonable. So I'm not shaming the needs that we have. I'm just naming that we are needy people. And sometimes just being honest about that goes a long way. Like, yeah, I'm needy. And then to make matters even worse, it seems that even when some of these particular itches get scratched, the need for attention or affection or admiration or success, when they get scratched, the relief is pretty fleeting oftentimes, isn't it? So for example, take my own need. This is me speaking here. My own need to feel validated, to feel like my life and my work matters. Like, this is a deep need that I have. I want to feel like my life and my work matters. And sometimes that need gets met when something that I post online, some thought or a meme or whatever, I post it online and it gets a lot of traction, gets a lot of engagement. People are commenting and liking and sharing. Suddenly I feel like, oh, man, I do matter. My work does matter. That need gets scratched. I'm like, oh, okay, I feel good about this. And then guess what happens? 3 days later, the feelings of that start to wane a little bit, and then I come up with something else, something that I think is even better than what I put 3 days ago. I'm like, oh, if that got them, this will really get them. And then I post that, and crickets. Just no engagement. And then my mind goes crazy. I'm like, okay, so why did that get attention and engagement, make me feel all good? This one seemed to just go out into the nothing sphere. Maybe it was the time of day that I posted. Maybe it was the graphic. Maybe I didn't use enough words. Maybe I used too many words. Was it a different picture? Like, we go because we keep needing to get this itch scratched. It's temporary. Then we need it to get scratched again. We're like, how do I change the conditions out there? And then at the end of the day, sometimes we're like, what if I just got honest with the fact that really what it is I'm feeling needy. I'm just feeling needy. Sometimes naming that can kind of slow me down and get me out of this loop of constantly trying to get that need itch scratched. But that feels really vulnerable to just name, I'm feeling needy right now. And then I love this part. If all else fails, if I post then and it does well, and I post here and it doesn't do well, and I post there and it doesn't do well again, you can always just blame the algorithm. You know what I mean? Like, we can always be like, well, I'm doing great over here. Just must be some external force, i.e. the magical, mysterious, mystical algorithm that is just keeping my post down. And that feels good because then we can just offload the blame on something else. Now, I get that this maybe illustration is a little bit too specific for me and it isn't super relatable to everyone in this room. Although looking at the way that some of you were nodding with me, I think some of you, this feels a little close to home as well. But I think, if nothing else, it illustrates, can you recognize the pattern that I'm trying to lay out? That we have this need that feels so strong that we try to organize our external life in a way that will meet that need. And then if that attempt succeeds, it feels good, but it's like a fool's gold because the satisfaction is short-lived. And so we set out to get the need met again, but this time we try harder. And there's like this escalation of stimuli that is required as we slowly build up a kind of tolerance for what used to satisfy us yesterday now doesn't feel like it'll satisfy us enough today. And so we hustle and we strive and we strain, all because we have these needs that we are trying to get met because we are needy people. And then sometimes we have these breaking points where things just aren't working like they used to, but rather than investigate the need itself, which requires kind of honest introspection and vulnerability, we find something out there to blame. The system, the man, the patriarchy, capitalism, socialism, Republicans, Democrats, independents, Hollywood, big tobacco. Do people still blame big tobacco anymore? Oil companies, Meta, Elon, Tesla, Trump. The list of who and what we can blame for why our needs are not getting met, that list is endless. If that's our goal, to find a reason why my needs are not being met, there is not any shortage, nor will there ever be, of easily accessible back scratchers to take care of whatever itch arises. But I'm telling you, and I don't actually think you need me to tell you this. So this might just be a reminder for us, but I'm telling you, that cycle, that pattern that I laid out is doomed to fail. It is not sustainable. You will always just be continuing to look for external stimuli to satisfy these internal needs, always. It is living on a diet of Captain Crunch and Coca-Cola, right? It's just empty calories. You get momentary satiation, but your actual needs will go unmet, which is why today I'm offering a supplement, 3 payments for $49.99, available in the back. So let me back up here. Instead of just jumping right to, okay, well, let's meet the needs. Well, can I ask a question before that question, which is, why are we so needy? Why are we so needy in the first place? Where does this come from? There's this great book by Henry Nouwen. Do y'all know Henry Nouwen? So he's got this great book, Following Jesus is the title, and the subtitle is Finding Our Way Home in an Age of Anxiety. And this book was written decades ago and is just as, if not more relevant today. Finding Our Way Home in the Age of Anxiety. And Henry Nouwen suggests that our neediness comes from an experience of woundedness. Wounds that have caused in our past and continue to cause in our present to ask core questions such as, am I worthy of being? Am I worthy of being? We walk through life with these wounds inflicted upon us early in life because it's just impossible to get perfectly met all of our needs growing up. And then again, we live in this world that's not suited to meet our needs well. And these early wounds, they instill inside of us doubts that we have anything to offer. This woundedness feels like a kind of rejection that we carry with us, that somewhere along the way, and often for many of us, multiple times over multiple instances, we have got the message that we are not acceptable, that we are not worthy of being. And as a result, we grow up desperately wanting to feel okay. How powerful is that? I just want to pause right there. That sentiment that we just want to feel okay. Do this for me real quick. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable with it. Close your eyes. And see if you can think back to some time, maybe in sort of the recent past, where you felt something that you didn't particularly enjoy. So this could be sadness, this could be fear, this could be anxiety, this could be embarrassment, depression, this could be feeling alone, this could be heartbroken, ashamed. Think about that moment. Think about the circumstances that caused that, and think about just how you felt. And just kind of hold that. And maybe for some of you, that moment is right now. I mean, I completely appreciate and accept that this room is filled with those who currently are in states of feeling sad, afraid, anxious, embarrassed, depressed, alone, heartbroken. So as you have that memory and you're kind of holding it in your consciousness, imagine if you could just snap your finger and immediately feel okay. And in this thought experiment, the finger snap isn't changing your circumstance. The thing that led you to feel sad, depressed, alone, that's still real. You don't suddenly have $2,000 in your bank account to help cover rent that month. You don't You're not suddenly matched with a romantic partner that is just a great fit for you. You weren't immediately given a new job on the finger snap. You didn't get a time machine to go back to the previous night to undo that thing you said or that thing you did to remove the sense of regret or shame. You didn't instantly manage to change your parents' minds about you. No. In this experiment, nothing external has changed, but just imagine that when you were in that state of feeling, that night of loneliness, that morning of regret, that afternoon of fear and depression, imagine that somehow a snapping of the fingers could magically change your internal world and instantly you just felt okay. You can open your eyes now. It's that sense of not feeling okay. Like, that's just what so many of us want. Like, a lot of us can handle, and we do handle, external circumstances that are really freaking hard. But when we're not okay in here, that just compounds it. So often we just want to feel okay in here. My fears when the money's running out, my fears when relationships with my kids are challenging, my fears when there's no work on the foreseeable future, my anxieties about doing holidays differently, now being on the other side of divorce and trying to co-parent, these are not easily solvable problems. And oftentimes when I hit those moments of just feeling overwhelmed with sadness and anxiety and fear, I just want to feel okay in here. I just want to feel okay. And this not feeling okay is the fundamental basis for why we are so needy. It is in these places and from these places of neediness that we end up reaching out to those around us, whether in person or online. We look and we try to extract the solutions to our neediness. We try to extract attention, admiration, affection, success. But when we do this as needy people, when we reach for the Captain Crunch and the Coca-Cola to satiate us, what happens is we just end up hurting people in the process. Even in our attempts to try and show love to people is really an extraction to try to get love from people, and we end up causing pain to others. Here's this section again from Henry Nouwen's book that I can't stop thinking about. He's writing about our need to feel okay. He says, there's a problem with this need. It can become violent. Our loneliness, our self-doubt, our inner anguish can be so great that we try to force people to love us. Please love me. Please tell me that I'm okay. Then what is meant to be an expression of affection can become demanding. In a world where people are so in need of affirmation, they start grabbing and biting and slapping and hitting out of their own inner need. So not getting our needs met perfectly, because of course they can't, creates these deep wounds in us. That woundedness then causes us to feel needy. And then our attempts to get those needs can lead to more wounds in ourselves and others, and on it goes. So what do we do? I'll get to that in a minute, but first, I want to explore one other dimension to this. Because so far I've talked about how challenging and perhaps even impossible it can be to be people of love, to give and to show love to others when we're also trying to extract from them. But most of the context that I've talked so far is in the context of friends and families and followers, basically people who are for us. But what about people who are against us? Because I think it's fair to say, at least according to Jesus and Paul, that if love is the thing that matters most, I think it's also fair to say that one of Jesus' teachings that has been the most radical, transformative, is his teaching where he says, love your enemies. It's easy to love people who love you. But love your enemies? Do good to those who hate you? Have you ever noticed that we often kind of stop with the love your enemies and we think, yeah, we got that figured out. And then the do good to those who hate you, like, no. I'm good. I'm gonna stop at thinking that I just have warm feelings towards my enemy, and that's good. That's good enough. Do good to those who hate you? That's madness. Bless those who curse you? Now Jesus is really out of his mind. No one lives like that. pray for those who treat you badly? Well, sure, if I can pray that, like the psalmist, that their heads would be dashed against the rocks. Probably not the prayer Jesus had in mind when he literally just the sentence before said, do good to those who hate you. Treat others as you would like them to treat you. Love your enemies, do good, lend without any hope of any return. Because God is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. If we are taking seriously a commitment to be Christian, then it's not enough to just love people who are for us. We actually have to figure out how to love people who are our enemies. So all that I've talked about so far, where you can't give or show love to people if you're at the same time extracting something from them, how does that make sense in the context of this instruction to love our enemies, to do good to those who hate us? Because we're not really trying to extract admiration and attention and affection and a sense of success from people who are against us. That's not really, but I do think we're still trying to extract something from them. And I think what we're trying to extract from our enemies is a sense of identity. A sense of identity. In other words, how much of our identity gets wrapped up in knowing who we are against or what we are against? How much of our identity is built upon what we are against? I think a lot. I think probably more than sometimes we're comfortable admitting. Like, who are we? What do I stand for if I don't have someone or something to measure that against? Henry Nouwen says it like this: the great illusion is that our identity, our selfhood, depends on both our friends and our enemies, on those who like us and those who don't like us. This is the great lie, that our identity and our selfhood depend on our friends and our enemies. That's the great lie. So whether we're trying to get self-worth from loved ones or identity from enemies, can you begin to see just how much of our interpersonal relationships and interactions with other people are driven by these wounded, needy parts of us? And can you start to see how difficult it can be to then be people who show love if we're also out there extracting, leeching temporary relief from our neediness like vampires who want to suck your love? That might be all you remember from today, and you're welcome. It may not be an overstatement to suggest that not knowing or believing that we are worthy of being, that we are, you could say, truly loved, this might actually be the source for all of the suffering in the world. Because we end up using all of our life energies in an endless attempt to just try to feel okay inside. So what do we do with this? I actually think there's something from Jesus' life that can help. Do you remember how Jesus' ministry began? Like what kick-started his whole public ministry? It was the event of his baptism. Like prior to that, he existed as a relatively normal, innocuous human being. And then he had his baptism. And do you remember what happened at his baptism? He went to his cousin John, who was baptizing for the forgiveness of sins, which you might think is pretty odd, because the early church was pretty convinced that Jesus was without sin. So why would he go and get baptized for the forgiveness of sin? Interesting things happening there. But I wonder sometimes if sin is really nothing more than the result. It's what happens when we operate from this wounded place of not knowing or trusting that we are truly loved. And so when Jesus was baptized, it's reported that the heavens opened up and a voice declared, "Behold, this is my son in whom I am well pleased. This is my beloved in whom I am well pleased." I'm actually of the opinion, Josh, I don't know if it's theologically sound. You can correct me later, or you can correct me next Sunday. You can clean up whatever mess I leave here. But I'm actually of the opinion that it was that moment in Jesus' life that served as a kind of foundational moment for him that grounded him completely in a truth and a reality that he was absolutely and undeniably loved by God. And from that place, Jesus began his public ministry. He began his mission where over and over again, he was giving love away. He was not out there extracting from anyone. He didn't need to extract from anyone. Why? Because he was grounded in what was most true about him, that he was a beloved child of God, and in him God was well pleased. He was okay in here. At the deepest part, he was okay. And therefore, he didn't need to extract from others, so he could just give. He could just give. And I don't think this is true about Jesus because he was some exception to the rule. Like, he's the only one who can live like that. I think it's more like he's the express image of what it looks like to be fully human and fully divine, which is you, and 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 you. And if I didn't look you in the eye and say you, know that it also applies to you. I wasn't like intentionally avoiding one person in this room, but not for that guy over there. This is true for all of you. This is true for all of you. As the band comes up for our closing song, I close by saying I think that word spoken to Jesus, behold, this is my beloved in whom I am well pleased, is really meant to be spoken for all of us. That we are fully and truly loved. By who? By what? By love. We are loved by love, for God is love. Again, from Nowen calls it the first love. We are loved by the first love. And Nowen says this about the first love. The first love says, I loved you before you could love anyone or before you could receive love from anyone. I have accepted you. You are accepted. You are loved no matter what mother, father, brother, sister, school, church, society does. You were born out of my love. I have breathed you out of my love. I have spoken you out of my love. You are the incarnation of my love. And in me there is no hatred, there is no revenge, there is no resentment, there is nothing that wants to reject you. I love you. Can you trust that? When you and me are like Jesus was, grounded in this truth that we are fully loved, then not only are we suddenly okay in here, but now we're not out there trying to extract and extort and grasp and vampirically suck the life force out of others in our pursuit of needing to feel seen and respected and admired and cared for. When we're able to trust that first love, to come in touch with that first love, we begin to slowly find a liberation from the clutches of the neediness and the woundedness that holds so many of us back. A freedom that can come when we come in touch with that first love, when we accept that we are accepted. And Ricky, am I correct in that you wrote that song before we? First of all, amazing song. Second of all, that chorus, it's just like, yes. You are accepted. You are beloved. You do belong. You are worthy. And when we can accept that and live from that place, then we are free. We're free to love anyone and everyone, even especially our enemies, because we don't need anything from them. If love is the most important thing, and I think that it is, how do we love? I think we must first learn to accept and trust that we are loved, just as we are. I want to close and do a practice with you. So I'm gonna go back to asking you to close your eyes for this. And it's we're gonna breathe in and we're gonna breathe out together. And what I invite you to do is I want you to consider that there is power. If you've ever been in love with another person, or if you've been a parent and you've had love you could give to a child, or maybe you've had really loving parents that have spoken love to you, there is power in receiving love from another person, the kind that you feel it, where the words just, they're this way of relaxing your central nervous system, where suddenly you just feel safe and okay because you are loved by another person. I actually think we can get that same kind of security, that same kind of relief, that same kind of connection just by thinking about, meditating about we are loved by God. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invite us to breathe in. And I'm going to say, breathe in God's love for me, and then we're all going to take a breath in. And then I'm going to have you breathe out the ways in which we seek to extract from others. And we're going to do this about 10 times because I think there is something meaningful and powerful in sitting and receiving and consciously putting our minds to this idea of God's love being in us, with us, and for us. So, beloveds, would you breathe in and think, this is God's love for me? Breathe in. And breathe out, my need for attention. Breathe in and say, this is God's love for me in your mind. And breathe out, my need to feel important. Breathe in, God's love for me. And breathe out, my need to be needed. Breathe in, God's love for me. And breathe out, my need to be right. With this next breath, would you maybe even use a hand or two hands? And as you breathe in, bring your hands to your chest to really symbolize and embody this bringing in of the love of God for you. So breathe in God's love for me. And then as you push out in your out breath, breathe out my need to be successful. Breathe in God's love for me. Breathe out my need to have a sense of identity based on what I'm against. Breathe in God's love for me. And breathe out my need to feel special or better than others. Breathe in God's love for me. And this is a big one. Breathe out my need to be liked. Breathe in God's love for me. And now that you are filled with the first love, breathe out, I'm ready to give that love away.
Can we thank Colby? That was beautiful. Thank you.
Sometimes your life feels like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts. Sometimes you spend your nights too scared of getting closer, hiding out in the backseat of your car. You tell yourself it's raining, the clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Yeah, look up. Monday days aren't always bright. Some days you lose the fight, but life can be beautiful if you let it be. Tomorrow keeps taunting you with all kinds of mystery. It's a blank page for your poetry if you let it be. So don't tell yourself it's raining. The clouds are in your head. You tell yourself it's better to jump before you fall again, before you lose it all again. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Yeah, look up. Hold on. Look up. Sometimes your life feels like a broken roller coaster, 1,000 useless moving parts.
Come on, stand and sing it with us.
Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you
Sing it
to
again,
your
yeah.
knees. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. You know trouble's always gonna be there. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Yeah, look up.
Yeah, Grace Point, thank you so much today. Josh.
Two things real quick before we go. One, I mentioned Colby and I and our friend Jonah recorded a limited 10 episode. This is going to be a live recording at the Post-Evangelical Collective Gathering this week, but a 10-ish episode podcast called Keep Christ in Christian. I get that right? It's Keep Christ in Christian. And it drops on Tuesday, the first episode. So be looking for that. And next Sunday is going to be a little bit of a different day. Next Sunday, we'll gather in here online. You'll gather on Zoom. And we're doing what we're calling a community Sunday. So it won't be a typical gathering. It'll be a time for us to have some coffee, eat some donuts and pastries, and really spend time getting to know one another. So we'll have some questions. There'll be a non-cringe game. It's going to be a really good time. So I hope you'll join us next Sunday for that. We can't wait for it. Thanks for being here. What a gorgeous Sunday. Thank you, Colby. We'll see you next week.
Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. Don't let it bring you to your knees. Yeah, it's always gonna be there. Look up, do you see the sunlight? Look up, there's flowers in your hair. Hold on, 'cause somebody loves you. Your trouble's always gonna